Tonight, mass arrests in Port Augusta in the wake of ongoing antisocial behaviour. And what a weekend, from the Outback Cup to Colour Tumby, Cow's Foreshore Party and Rock the Park.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. Almost a dozen people have been arrested in Port Augusta following multiple violent incidents across the city. The youngest charged are just 14 years old. Daniel Pizarro reports.
It's footage that shocked Port Augusta and is just one of several brawls that left the community feeling angry and frustrated.
Violence is never okay for any community, and so violence of any shape or form is not okay, whether that be physical, whether that be mental, whether that be verbal, or whether it even be along the lines of social media and what we actually see on social media.
The antisocial behaviour problem blew out into a major crisis, despite the state government's outreach program and numerous pledges to fix the issue since the axing of the City Safe program by Council in 2020. Now, SAPOL has conducted mass arrests in relation to the recent disturbances. 11 people were apprehended by police, including 9 teenagers. A total of 16 charges have been filed. The youngest 2 arrested are just 14 years old, and the oldest a 38-year-old woman.
And again, we thank SAPOL for working very closely with us and whoever they need to get on top of this.
All alleged perpetrators were bailed and are due to face Port Augusta Magistrate Court on May 8th for the youths, while the adults will appear on the 10th.
Port Augusta is not Alice Springs, and we hope that it never does become Alice Springs. We do have a problem here at the moment, and again, I reiterate, the Port Augusta City Council will continue to advocate really strongly with whoever we need to ensure that we never do get like Alice Springs.
Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Despite the state's climbing road toll, 2 Eyre Peninsula drivers have continued to dice with death. In the early hours of this morning, Whyalla Speed Patrol spotted a car travelling towards them, with sparks flying from the wheels. Pulling the driver over on the Lincoln Highway, police found the front tyres had blown and the Hilux was driving on its rims. Police will allege the 37-year-old Whyalla Stewart man then returned a positive breath test of 0.106. The driver was reported for drink driving, driving unregistered and breaching vehicle standards. He was issued a 6-month immediate loss of licence and his car has been impounded for 28 days. And this morning's incident comes after another drunk driver was caught 6 times over the legal limit at Lincoln Gap yesterday. The driver, a 41-year-old Alice Springs man, allegedly returned a positive result of 0.325, and further checks revealed he had a disqualified driver's licence. The car had front-end damage and was wanted in relation to a hit-and-run crash that had occurred on Thursday in Whyalla Stewart. The driver was arrested and has been charged with multiple offences. He's been refused bail and will attend the Port Augusta Magistrates Court tomorrow. Port Lincoln RSL and Ray White teamed up over the weekend to support a local ex-serviceman in his time of need. And while some left the garage sale with full arms, others left with full hearts.
When returned serviceman Paul Sumner's health took a turn for the worse, his daughter stepped in.
I'm his only daughter, it's all up to me, and I was just freaking out. And then as soon as I got in contact with the RSL, they made it so easy and really, took charge of a lot of things.
With the help of Gary from the RSL and Annie from Ray White, Jess was able to sell her father's house and organise a garage sale.
The RSL, myself, and his lovely daughter Jess are here doing a garage sale for him, so everyone can move forward.
I love everything that my dad's got. I got my taste from him. But yeah, it seems like a lot of other people do as well, and it's going really well.
It was daunting when we first opened the gate. It was like there was a flood. Let's face it, Port Lincoln people love garage sales.
As locals look through Paul's old tools, books and fishing gear, organisers say it's a timely reminder for all veterans to reach out, as there is help available.
If you're out there and you're a returned soldier and you need help, contact the RSL.
Paul isn't even a member of the RSL. but he's a veteran. So here we are. That's what we're there for.
The Port Lincoln RSL now working alongside the Adelaide branch to ensure Paul gets all the help he needs when he relocates to the city. Alison Hall, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
It's one of the biggest events on Broken Hill's social calendar, and this year's St Pat's race was another memorable affair. The fashion was on point and the main race made history in the event's 58th year.
It was a great day for horse racing. Punters and fashionistas making the trek out to the west to catch up with mates.
It's really positive. Everyone's jovial and it's a good community event. And even seeing people that I wouldn't expect here are here that I know from Adelaide.
The fashions on the field was once again hotly contested. Junior Colleen went to Callie Lehman, while her brother Cody took out the junior Paddy. Colleen of the course went to Adelaide's Nicole Wensky.
It was so lovely and obviously great, someone donating the prize in memory of a loved one. It's really special, and I have been successful in fashions before, but it's really nice in this community to be able to get the win.
Miss Wensky travels around to different race meetings and competes in the fashions, always putting her best foot forward.
Last weekend I went to Murray Bridge and today Broken Hill, and then I'll I'll probably put it on hold for a little while until next year. But it's just nice to meet different people, see different racetracks and enjoy the racing.
For the second year in a row, Adelaide's Aman Ghaffari was named Paddy of the course.
Love Broken Hill, honestly. It's good. I'm here with work with Robert Williamson on Lodestone Mines, and every year it's just lovely. People are great.
After the excitement of the fashion simmered down, it was back to the horse racing. And for the first time in St Pat's history, the Outback Cup ended in a dead heat, with Villaro and Magnosifer crossing the finish line at the exact same time.
You never forget the day, do you, when you run a dead heat in the biggest race meet in the town.
Jockey Murray Henderson happy to share the spoils after a great race.
Yeah, it still feels all right because I've won the cups, previous cups. Like I've won 3 Silver City Cups and 3 Saints Paddy Cups, so I don't mind sharing the spoils.
We're already looking forward to next year. Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, sandcastle building and salsa dancing at Tumby Bay's very colourful festival. And waterpark fun in Cowell, live music, skate ramps, basketball and a whole lot of people. Welcome back. The Eyre Peninsula celebrated art, culture and community over the weekend at the Colour Tumby Festival. With so much to see and do, no one was left feeling blue.
Last year, around 10,000 people flocked to Tumby Bay for the festival and brought $1.4 million into the local economy. This year looks to be just as successful, featuring amazing people like an artist from Victoria and a dance group from Adelaide.
I was invited by the Tumby Bay Council to come here and paint this memorial mural to honour the servicemen and servicewomen. It's been fantastic. Everyone's been really happy. They've been asking me all sorts of questions, how, why and what, and it's been really exciting.
We've been parading around and dancing and basically having a really good time, sharing with the kids and doing some performances as well. That's what we're here for, to share what we love with the community and with everyone.
A highlight for many was Saturday night's display.
We watched the fireworks and these massive planes came in and then loops. It was awesome.
With a bustling market, impressive car show and entertaining performances, the people at Colour Tumby Festival were not left wanting. And this was all before Aussie rock legend Swanee took to the stage. Not a bad way to spend a long weekend. Alison Hall, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Meanwhile, crowds flocked to Cowell on Saturday to test out some new play spaces at the town's foreshore. And it wasn't just the kids who were entertained, with parents also kicking back to watch some live Aussie music.
A bit of fun in the sun at Cowell. The town's official foreshore opening drawing in countless families, officials and even Australian Idol royalty Shannon Knoll.
Absolutely stoked to be here. Looks like the town's got right behind this one and really proud to be here.
The Franklin Harbour Council unveiling a plaque to commemorate the completion of its new water park and marina after 3 years in the works.
It's really tidy to join up and gave it a great feel in this beautiful water park, which is obviously dragging kids and families in from a long way around. And I'm not sure I'm going to get on the water slide today, but I'm sure that's the next visit.
The equipment getting the all-important tick of approval from the region's kids.
The cool thing is you can have two slides, so if you want to be under the sun and go a bit slow, you can go on the open slide, but the fast one is the closed-in slide because it's a shorter ride.
It's a good place to hang out with friends. There's tons to do. There's a basketball court, jumpy pillow, water park, skate park, whole marina, boat ramp, go fishing.
The large turnout smashing the council's expectations, with many of the attendees travelling from nearby towns to check out the redeveloped space.
Normally when I'm down here I don't see as many people, so it's really exciting.
Especially in this time post-COVID, there are many people that are looking at lifestyle and these sort of facilities really do add an extra layer of experience for people, for locals but also for visitors.
We wanted to attract younger people as well. We've always had the grey nomads here with the caravan park when the crabs run and stuff, but you need something that's more all year round, and this definitely is the right thing.
With an extensive market, food stalls, fireworks display and live music, Cow was a hub of activity late into the night.
Performing today was just absolutely amazing. The crowd, there's so many people here, it's absolutely fantastic.
Maybe we'll play all the big songs tonight. I think I'd get scun if I didn't play What About Me. So What About Me, definitely Lift, Shine, Drive, all those ones, mate, plus a few new ones.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. A day at the park supporting young up-and-coming artists in Broken Hill. And years in the making, the Joy Baluch bridge duplication is ready to be walked over tomorrow night. Welcome back to 7 Spencer Golf Nightly News this Monday. For the first time, the Patton Village Committee held Rock the Park over the weekend. It was a day of fun in the sun as people enjoyed music from 3 local bands.
Rocking out in the park. The sun was shining down bright as people gathered to hear the future of music in the Silver City, and it sounded good. The boys from Scream Street brushing away their nerves.
I was a bit nervous at first, but once I started playing a couple songs, it kind of got all that stress off my back and that, so yeah, I'm feeling kind of good, yeah.
It was the second gig for the trio. Their first was a week back as an opening act to Convict Class.
Yeah, since we've done the second gig, I felt a bit more, relaxed up there, and because we're in an open area, I felt a bit more, we had the air and everything, so it felt a lot better playing in front of a lot of people.
The boys, a tight-knit group who have helped each other a lot on their journey.
Yeah, but these two are my inspirations. They've really helped me on this path and stuff. They've really helped me a lot. I wouldn't expect myself to be here right now if it wasn't for these two.
Brothers Riley and Bowden McAllister were performing as a duo before welcoming in Will Elston and forming the band known as Clouded. Their first gig was only at the start of the year.
Are we going to go back to the very first gig? We first played at the BHP on Australia Day.
The boys taking the time to shout out their music teacher from Williama, Daniel Encora.
I have quite a few different influences, but in my personal opinion, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my teacher, Mr. Encora up at Williama. He's the one who kind of really pushed me into doing music, and I believe he was all of our teachers at one point.
Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Golf News.
After years of construction, roadworks, delays and congestion, Port Augusta locals are finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case, the bridge. The official opening of the $200 million Joy Baluch Bridge duplication project gets underway tomorrow night. The renovated older section will be open to pedestrians from 6:30, followed by a vehicle parade on the new bridge. Entry will be from Mackay Street, which is where the new traffic lights have been installed. Stay with us. After the break, Whyalla and Port Pirie cricketers hang up the bats for another season. And temperatures set to creep back up. We'll have the weather details with Alex Sykes. Welcome back. Barrier District Cricket League Grand Final last weekend. Port Pirie and Whyalla Leagues the next. Here's Daniel Pizarro with this week's Cricket Wrap.
Props were the favourite to take the grand final, but in the end, it was Southport all the way. The match started off with Props batting, and while holding their own at the start, Southport's bowling action was beginning to break through. The Panthers suffered a batting collapse as wickets began tumbling in a matter of minutes, setting up Southport to be in a strong position to beat 82 runs. The grand final score was only in the double digits, with Southport snatching the trophy by 2 wickets and 2 runs. On the other side of the Gulf, Whyalla also had its grand final, with North Whyalla taking on CWCC, and it was Centrals all the way, smashing their opponents by 5 wickets to become champions. In Port Augusta, the semi-final saw South Augusta advance to the grand final after taking down the Tigers by 12 runs. South face Quorn this Saturday at 12:30pm at Etsa in what will be a thrilling match. Meanwhile, in Port Lincoln, the weekend saw round 1 of finals. Southern Air are through to the grand final after destroying Charlton by 6 wickets, and Waybacks are out of the competition after Tasman sailed through to win their clash by 30 runs. Charlton and Tasman meet this Saturday for the semi-final. And for Northern Areas cricket, the preliminary final was the end of the road for Orroroo, with Spalding advancing to the grand final after winning by 23 runs. They take on Pekina on Saturday at 1pm. So big congratulations to Southport and North Whyalla on their grand final wins. There's still a little bit of cricket left, but with local footy still a month away, I'm glad the AFL is coming back, Maddie. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll be able to report on. Back to you.
Plenty of that to come, Daniel, I'm sure of it. Thank you for that. But it's time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather across the Spencer Gulf. Alex Sykes joins us now. Alex, it was cold in some places this morning, but that didn't last long.
Definitely a chilly morning for our viewers in Kadina, Clare, Snowtown, Cummins and Woodner, Maddie. Temperatures dipping to below 10 degrees overnight. But by the afternoon, it was a different story. Port Augusta reached 33 degrees this Adelaide Cup public holiday. A full 10 degrees cooler in Port Lincoln, 23 there, sunny and 28 in Broken Hill. Looking more broadly at today's weather map now, Cooper Pedy was our warmest centre, recording around 37 degrees after 4pm. Woodner was 31, 30 the top in Port Pirie. Taking a look at the satellite image now, a high pressure system over the Tasman Sea is bringing a ridge of high pressure over the south of the state. A series of cold fronts will move across the southeast later in the week. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. South to southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, turning south to southwesterly in the middle of the day. Seas below 1 metre, and south to southwesterlies swell below 1 metre, increasing up to a metre. Partly cloudy and set to reach a high of 25 degrees in Port Lincoln tomorrow. Mostly sunny and 30 in Cleve. Mostly sunny and 35 on the way for Woodner, down to 12 tonight. Mostly sunny conditions around Whyalla and Kadina on Tuesday, 29 degrees. A fair bit warmer in Port Augusta, mostly sunny and 35 there. Set to reach a high of 32 degrees in Port Pirie, mostly sunny conditions as well, down to 12 in Clare tonight, 30 tomorrow. Some light winds around Broken Hill, heading for a sunny top of 32 degrees there. Taking a look further through the week now, starting with Wednesday's outlook. As you can see, temperatures increasing quite significantly. Cooper Pedy will reach approximately 40 degrees. 39 is forecast for Port Augusta, 38 in Woodner. Whyalla and Broken Hill can both expect 35 degrees. Moving on to Thursday's forecast now, sunny and 36 in Broken Hill, 36 in Woodna as well. Partly cloudy and 34 in Port Augusta, 29 in Whyalla and Kadina. Port Lincoln can expect around 28 degrees there. And finally, taking a quick look at how Friday is looking. At this stage, it's looking warmer than Wednesday's forecast. Sunny and 41 in Cooper Pedy, 39 in Port Augusta, 38 in Woodna and Broken Hill. Port Pirie blue skies and 37 degrees. Even Port Lincoln will crack the 30s, heading for around 31 degrees. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. I'll see you a little later with an update. It's back to you, Maddie.
Thanks for that, Alex. And that's the local news this Monday. I'm Madeline Kerr. Just quickly, a wholehearted goodbye and good luck to our Whyalla video journalist Edward McCarroll, who's just finished his last day with us. Eddie, good luck on your next adventure. But that's all from me. Have a great evening. Good night.